All right, what's going on, boys? Hope you're doing well. Let's do a quick breakdown of the beautiful short we took this morning on gold. So at around 8:15, 8:30, this is what our chart was looking like, okay? We had more zones above, so we had the 88 and some more above, but price never went there. So this is the first zone we had. This is the short we took. So we had a lot of confluences on that level. All right. So first of all, we had 61 from that downside impulse. We had a third touch from that downside trend line, and we had also a big retest of that bullish trend line that was broken right there. Never retested it. So if price was to go above, so at that level, it would have been a nice retest. We also had a major key level right there, the Psy number at 2650. Also on the 1 hour, we had the SMA that was around that level, so it was passing around there on the 1 hour. Okay, so lots of confluences on that level. So when price if price was to go to that level, well, that level would have been super interesting. Now, what did price do? Well, it went directly to that particular level. But now, once price reach our zone, what do? We don't take the trade on the spot. We wait for a reaction. All right, so you need to go on the 5 minutes. So this is where our entries will be. Now, you have to wait for the reaction on the 5 minute. All right, so we had our first reaction when price touched the trend line. So on this candle, so the 910 candle right there, then you don't enter right now. Okay, you need some type of structure. So you look at the next candle that will follow. So first of all, we had some downside reaction with this level. Price came and closed there. Now, this candle is super important, okay? So you don't enter right now. You wait for a close of that third candle right there. So if price would have closed above this wick right there, well, trade wouldn't have been valid. All right, so that close that was below this big wick right there was super important. Okay, so once that close was below the trend line and below this wick, then on that candle you could have entered anywhere you wanted. Personally, I was waiting for a bit of downside. So once price reached around that level, I decided to short and put my stop loss just above that wick right there. So it was about a 15 pip stop. Then at 10 we had a news, so I decided to close about 50% of my position at around 50 pips profit. Now, after the news, price went back up to test that 61 level again. I was basically lucky to not get stopped out by those wicks since my entry was about 5 pips above. But if you did not took the entry right there, well, that retest right there would have been the perfect entry for you. You just have to enter on either of these candles, put your stop loss around there. The only thing with this trade is that if you would have entered on the first wick, well, you probably would have put your stop loss at break even once price reached right there, and you would have gotten out on the retest. But if you would have entered on the second one, well, that was the perfect retest trade. I did not took it since I still had my position right there, but clearly if I didn't take any position, then I would have entered right there. Now, once you get that downside from either that level or those entries, well, you need a take profit. All right, so what was my take profit? Pretty easy. It was that big key level we had right there. So starting from those two wicks right there, including those two as well. So once price went and touched that level, well, on my live account, I did not take any more profits because like I explained in the macros section, I think that gold have some more downside to give. But on my funded account, I exited 100% of my position right there when price touched that level, right? So pretty easy. Now you can either get one take profit like this one or have multiples. So like I did on my live account, so I exited couple of lots at around 50 pips profit. Then normally I would have exited some more right there, and then you can have a third take profit, so that would be around that big level. All right, so that's up to you. I mean, we all manage our account accordingly of how much money we have. Is it a funded? Is it a live account? So that's up to you. You can decide however you want to take those profit. But the important part of the breakdown is that you know how to enter those trade, because these are some types of trade that we will be taking like 70% of the time.